Voilà. Look at that.
We are perfect, Roland. Are you going?
Look at that beautiful color.
So
He hasn't opened his yet.
Oh, I'm faster than you, Jean-Charles.
hey, let's make some noise, Roland. Let's make some noise.
Let's make some noise.
Woo!
George, do it with him.
Something.
You're always faster than me.
Ah, que c'est bon.
So what are you having, Roland? It looks amazing.
I'm going to take off my wig
drinking?
because it's way too hot.
We're going to do the same to showcase our gorgeous, beautiful hair.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So,
Today,
ladies and gentlemen, so what are you having, Roland?
So today we're going to make some truffle scrambled eggs. So very simple dish, but you have to have very good eggs. So I go to the farmer's market. I buy my eggs from 2 different farmers, but they're wonderful. They have a nice yolk, very nice and deep yellow. So here's my eggs in a nice basket. So I'm going to add one more. And you know, you can be as generous as you like with the eggs. And of course, wash your hands because we want to make sure that we all stay healthy here. And you know, you can be as generous as you like with the eggs. All right, so now I'm going to add salt and a little bit of pepper. I'll put more pepper at the end. And you can whip your eggs. I like to whip it sometimes with a fork because I feel like I'll get even more air. But you know, it's like you whip for an omelette. So here, what we're going to do today, we're going to do the truffle scrambled eggs, but we're also going to make have a little surprise for you, Jean-Charles, because I know how much you like caviar. So, you know, that caviar is from Saint Nicolas, and then you open it up to look how beautiful the grains are. It's gorgeous. My ice is melting, it's really hot, that's why I need to drink more champagne. And we're going to start cooking the eggs in a minute. I'll put the truffle at the end. So this is the end of the season for truffle. So I was lucky enough to keep you a truffle, Jean-Charles, just for you. So you can
this is
smell
magic.
it. Smell quite
Magic.
delicious. This smells quite delicious. So here we are, salt, pepper, egg, and we're going to come to the stove. So please join me to the stove. And oh, by the way, and join me with your bubbly, please, because it's important to have the bubbly with you. You cook better. Yeah? And here we have, so I put some butter, it's already melted. And you want to use a good butter. You want to use a European butter or, you know, a butter from the farmer's market. You know, there's great butter from Farmstead Creamery. They do a great butter, and or you can buy at the store from the Vermont Creamery. They do a lot of. There's a lot of good butter on the market. We are local, especially the one from Malden County.
You're doing that so well. It's very impressive.
So here I'm cooking my eggs. It's going to take a little bit. So obviously, I'm going to fill up my glass a little more. So you don't want the heat to be too hot. So, yeah, I whip really well, Jean-Charles. You should, you know that.
It's a work of patience, and I love to see your beautiful, sexy, gorgeous legs. Look at that, and your red socks. Oh, yes!
Yes!
Woo!
The socks.
George, beautiful
socks.
legs too.
Yeah. So, you know, usually, obviously, you know, I like to wear short. I feel good in the kitchen wearing short. I feel like
You
I'm
wear
not so
something
stressed that way.
underneath, Roland, because the world is always wondering, are you loose on that short to be very comfortable and manage well the temperature?
I'm managing well. I have an ice pack.
So, dear friends, meanwhile, I think as Roland is touilling those beautiful eggs, Roland, you should tell us about your fantastic background being born and raised in France and in Burgundy.
Born in Burgundy, southern Burgundy, but you know, needless to say, I'm born in Burgundy, and obviously, as a Bourguignon, you know, we love Burgundy. And one of my favorite wine, I have to say, you know, is the Clos Blanc. And
so are you trying to say we should move away from the sparkling, the number 13?
no, not yet. No.
We should do
But
both.
you know, later on, we're going to drink that beautiful bottle, one of my favorite Burgundy, you know, from a very small parcel that you and your family own. And it's beautiful. I think, you know, the flavor of that wine, a lot of complexity, great minerality, acidity. It's also biodynamic. So it's organic. It's very, very well done. It has some stone fruit and pear for me. I mean, it's really well balanced. So, you know, love that wine.
And do you recommend that with that dish?
They slowly scrambling. So I'm multi-talented at this point, but you know, so born near Lyon, so in Burgundy, and then I worked in France for a few years, apprenticeships in different places in Lyon, Léon de Lyon, Pierre-Orsi, the Sofitel, Les Trois Dômes, and also worked in Provence for a little bit, and it's where I had the use of my first truffle. When I was in Provence during this, I was about 16 years old, and you know,
was it a black truffle, a brown truffle, or white truffle?
Excuse me?
What color of truffle it was? Brown?
It was black. It was
black.
black. Definitely, you know, from Provence, we don't really have the white. We have the black. So, you know, it was definitely black truffle. But then, from then, I was about 19 years old. I opened the restaurant Pierre-Orsi in Lyon. And I had a gentleman by the name of Jean Banchet who recruited me to come to the United States in a suburb of Chicago in a town called Wheeling, Illinois. So Wheeling is about 45 minutes from Chicago, northwestern of suburb of Chicago. And I went over there like a little kid. And Le Français was really, you know, he was a mentor to me. He was a great chef. He passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago. And we, you know, I had some tough time. I learned a lot from him and had fun. But after that, I moved to California. And, you know, here I pull out my eggs because, you see, you want them runny. You don't want them to cook too much. You see how quickly it goes? You have to have good pan too. This is a French pot called Mauviel. Mauviel is one of my favorite pots. I have a bunch of them. And
I love them too.
They have a very good heat. So it's really, really good.
Well, you still need to move quite a bit with your wrist here. It takes a lot of training. How do you practice to be so good at moving your wrist?
It's all in the wrist, Jean-Charles.
No, but it's
I'll show you one day. You know, I mean, I know you're not as good as me, but you know, you'll get there. You'll get there. But
were you born right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed. Jimmy is left-handed, and my son Jean-Paul is left-handed as well.
So,
my daughter is right-handed, so we have we splitting the kids like this.
What took you to California? Was it the beautiful encounter with the gorgeous Jamie?
No. So I came to California in 1980, Southern California, San Diego, Los Angeles, then moved to Northern California. And then I was the chef of a restaurant called Le Castel in 1980, beautiful small restaurant. And then Jean Banchet, my chef from Le Français in Chicago, called me and said, yeah, I'm opening a restaurant in Dallas, in Texas. So it's where I met Jimmy. So I met Jimmy in Dallas in 1985, but I moved to Texas in 1981.
Hey, Roland, I think you disappeared from the beautiful picture.
Oh,
We want
I'm
to see
sorry.
your legs again.
Oh,
You
what
may have
happened?
touched something with your left hand. You know, the hand you don't use a lot. Perfect. You're back. I love it. You're back.
So I don't know if you hear what I was saying. You know, I was saying
We
the
heard
eggs
you.
are ready pretty much. So, you know, I'm going to add a little bit of truffle to it. Hold on.
And Roland, so what do you recommend on French cooking for everybody in the world today? Is it easy to learn, or is it the fundamental to learn for everybody to become a great chef?
I think you have to learn the fundamental. You have to, you know, I mean, I think a lot of young chefs like to jump steps sometimes, you know, young cook. They love to learn how to do sous vide, molecular gastronomy, but you have to learn your basic. When you know your basic, then you can have fun, you know, and fun it should be. And, you know, it's good to have a good technique, good method. So those are the two things that people should learn first. And, you know, find a chef who's going to mentor you, who's going to teach you. It's important. Otherwise, you know, for people who are more amateur, but, you know, they love to cook and they take themselves very seriously, I always recommend Jacques Pépin. Jacques Pépin is a dear, dear friend of mine. And, you know, he's from Bourg-en-Bresse. We're very close. And his books are really helpful to learn the basic, the technique, the method of cooking. So
I still
here's
have
my,
hope.
look at those beautiful, beautiful.
So, Roland, why don't you repeat to everybody what many people just joined? What are we cooking today?
So we are cooking truffle scrambled eggs. So eggs from the farmer's market, very important, great butter, salt. We're going to add a little bit more pepper at the end here. And I'm going to add some chives too. So here's my eggs.
So you are receiving us in your beautiful home here.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
And
very
those
honored to
are eggshell from the eggs. So you have a little tool. Usually I do it in a little.
Everybody would love to see you having a toast of the Clos de Vougeot Blanc at the same time. Because
I will.
your throat is getting very dry.
My dear brother, come here. Come up in the wine.
Yeah. Georges. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fantastic Georges Passot, the two stunning
I'm
brothers
supposed to be retired.
who've been running La Folie in San Francisco and as
So-
well another great restaurant, Left Bank.
As you know, because you were there the last night, La Folie is now closed. Jamie and I have decided to, you know, semi-retire because I've 5 other restaurants. And Left Bank in Larkspur, Left Bank in Menlo Park, Left Bank in San Jose. I have also Albi Steak, Meso, and I'm partner in a restaurant in Menlo Park called Camper. So, you know, I'm going to stay busy, but I have a lot of plans. And some of my plans, I love to, you know, talk to you a little bit about it because, you know, I'm excited about it. What I want to do, it's really bring people to my home, but also bring people to France with me, eventually to go visit Domaine de la Vougeray, le place of Clos Blanc. Cheers.
And Roland, what did you add marijuana to the saucepan? What was that?
Excuse me, I did a little chives.
Oh, chives.
Little
Okay.
chives.
I wasn't sure what it was.
A little chive from my garden. So here,
So scrambled eggs, dear friends.
and you see our Ronnie Bear?
Truffles.
You want them, Ronnie.
That has been one of your most iconic amuse-bouche, huh?
Oh, yeah. You know, I used to do it. I don't have a pastry bag today, but, you know, I used to do it for everybody. And what's good, it's, I used to do 3 different layers. I use a little broccoli and spinach in the middle, tomatoes on the bottom, scrambled eggs, and tomatoes, and then scrambled eggs. That was delicious. I have some great picture of that dish. And I used to serve it to everybody when they came in.
I love Roland, what you've selected, because a lot of people can prepare it at home, and it's a fair.
Yes, and you see, it takes just minutes. Just minutes. And you know, you don't have to serve it in the eggs, obviously. I'm doing it in the eggs, but you can do it also in on a tartine, you know, on a whole wheat tartine. I love to serve those with brioche toast.
Yes.
So, you know, regret in the morning, instead of doing them like this, you know, on the eggshell, gets a little bit more complicated because you have to clean the shell.
And you like the white wine with it. You think the Clos de Vouge goes well with it?
You see, this is a little tool to crack the eggs. But, you know, the Clos Blanc, it's exceptional. So, oh, the nose. Oh,
the nose.
oh,
the nose.
Le nez du vin.
Oh,
it is delicious. One thing you have to do also, you know, and I didn't do that
Ladies and gentlemen, we have it.
in my food, but I didn't because I was very excited about my.
Oh, yeah.
That is good.
And the eggs are, of course, organic, right?
Good. Huh?
Yeah,
We're going
that's
to do
good.
that with.
C'est magnifique. And then you put a little,
Caviar.
what, you put caviar on it?
Caviar. Oh,
I
look
can
at
see
this.
you
Eggs
have-
on eggs.
Roland, why don't we
eggs.
have a little toast with our caviar vodka as well? I could see you have that next to you, which looks
Yeah,
very
but I
nice.
didn't put the shot, but you know, yeah, this is a great little dish because you can put that in the freezer. And
So, dear friends, we are serving the Jcb Caviar Vodka, which was made from wine. We both, Roland is having it in this beautiful bottle. I'm having it as well as all the family. And this is grape-based, 7-time distilled, 5-time filtered, infused beluga caviar from the southwest of France. And Roland, look at what I'm having in your
Roland is infused too.
a
I'm
little
really
caviar.
infused now after, you know, the Jcb 13, the Clos Blanc, and now the vodka. I'm really infused.
You are infused.
But look at this, Jean-Charles. I wish you were here to test those eggs because look, you know,
He's coming.
I think.
I'm coming in a few minutes. You know, I'm next door. I've been
Oh,
hiding
good.
all day.
Finally, you know, I mean, I wish you were next door. There's plenty to eat. But again, that dish is so easy to make. You saw whipping the eggs, melting some butter, low heat, whisk constantly, and then a little salt. I use fleur de sel. Fleur de sel is the crème de la crème of the salt. And then,
So tell us about fleur de sel so everybody does the same.
so fleur de sel is right here. You'll see so it's the salt at low tide. They pick it up and they dry it out in the sun. So there's just the flavor of the ocean is right there. It's almost, I always say fleur de sel for me almost have a sweet flavor. You know, it's salty, but it has that sweetness of the, you know, I don't know, it's the ocean you taste. It's so nice. And it's beautiful to finish a dish. It's beautiful on a piece of duck or on a piece of meat in the last minute. And, you know, talking about duck or lamb or good steak, look what I found.
Oh, but of course.
Look.
You are making me. So, Roland, talk about, as we going to pour ourselves a glass of JCB Passion, explain to our guest the fact that French cooking, and Paul Bocuse is a very good friend of you and was a very close friend of yours, as well as Georges Blanc and many of the great chefs as you are, that cooking with crème fraîche, with butter, it's still very fine. And it doesn't
Yes, I
mean
think
we're going to get fat. So explain that.
I think people have to understand everything is, you know, you cannot overdo it and just put crème fraîche and butter on everything, but, you know, using it, using a balance of every of those ingredients are part of our culture, of our histories, and they are really, really good. So, you know, I mean, again, it's using the quality of the ingredient. It's what teach us, you know, our markers, then it's Bocuse, or then it's Georges Blanc, or then it's Pierre Gagnère, or, you know, all those great chefs, you know, I mean, Fernand Point, we were using the product from the farm. I think today it's even more important than it was even before, you know. People need to use the best product possible than they can afford. And sometimes I know at the store it could be a little expensive, but if you live in a countryside, go to your farm, go check and go pick up the milk from the farmers, go pick up the butter, the eggs, you know, and the meat. Then they slaughter because, you know, I mean, some of them raise lamb. My lamb farm that I use was Amy farm lamb. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Or Jim from, you know, Jim who has Liberty Duck Farm. George is getting drunk right now.
Look at Sexy George, ladies.
Where's Rob?
He's available again. So all the wonderful bachelorettes are welcome to call me. I will make the introduction. Sexy George.
But you see, I mean, for me, important the quality, just like the quality of your wine, you know. I mean, it's really important to get the best quality you can afford, because not everybody can afford the same thing. Not everybody can bring Petrus, you know, but in between that, there's a lot of great product and wines and food and vegetables who are, you know, affordable for everybody. And I think in today's world, we have to go back to our roots. And our roots, it's the soil, it's the garden, it's, you know, the farm. And it's where, you know, I mean, George and I used to go every night. We used to go pick up the milk at our little farmer, you know, in Jujurieux, and then we will go and pick up the butter. We will wash churn and in a barat, you know, and it's what it's all about. I mean, go back to your roots, go back to, you know, what we should never abandon. So it's why I think farmers from, you know, viticulture to, you know, vegetables, fruits should never disappear. We should make sure of that.
And you feel it's coming back, right, today?
I feel it's coming back in a big way. I think, you know, farmers are, you know, there's great farmers markets here, and people, even more those days with the confinements, where do they go? You know, I mean, you know, they don't want to be all going to Safeway or even Whole Food. They're going to the farmers market as much as they can. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today. He was in San Mateo. He said he's never seen the market as busy as it was this morning.
Well,
So,
and I'm delighted, Roland, you mentioned as well your wonderful and our wonderful friend Tsar Nikolai, because with Atelier, you know, we make our caviar with them.
yes, and they are wonderful. I don't know if you had the opportunity to go visit their farm. Jamie and I went with some of our staff and really had a great time. It's a beautiful facility. They also are growing. They are growing also lettuce, and it's in Sacramento by the Delta over there. They have beautiful fish. They take really good care of their fish. They also have a farm, I think, in Idaho as well. And they're doing great product and they're great people. So, you know, I mean, I've been a big supporter of them because they've been a big supporter of me as well. So, you know,
and it's exciting, I think, Roland, to see. I believe, you know, today I was at the Oakville Grocery in Oakville all day, and we have a lot of local produce from eggs to everything else. And I think people are really going back, as you said, thanks to the spirit we're living, to eating local and of the season. And I think it's so important we come back to the plat du jour, that the chef recommends and say, this is what you should eat.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's what is going to come back to. I think people are going to realize, first of all, they've been either taking out food to their home or cooking at home. And for the people who are not really great cooks, what do? They cook pasta, they're going to explore, they're going to try to cook certain things. They're feeling a little bit more confident now. So going to a restaurant, they're going to want something that they cannot make at home. They're going to want like a beef bourguignon or a duck confit or a coq au vin or, or a breast short ribs, things would take time.
Can you explain briefly, as we're drinking great wines, and I always say that to people, if they have a little bit of wine left in the bottle for a few days and the wine has evolved, explain everyone how we do a reduction, a sauce with a wine reduction sauce in a French way, because I think some of your dish, and specifically the one you prepared for Gina and I's wedding, were amazing. So briefly explain how to make a wine sauce reduction.
So, let's take something simple for our guests who are watching. I think I will take a nice piece of steak, a ribeye or a beef tenderloin, in a cast iron pan. I love to cook in cast iron pan. Yeah. So cast iron pan, you turn it to the heat. If you have a ribeye, you don't need to put anything. There is enough fat in the meat. Get the meat to room temperature. So sear the meat on one side, salt, pepper, of course, ground pepper like this, fleur de sel. Sear it for about 4 minutes on one side, turn it around, sear it again, add some shallots. And the shallots at home, you don't need to dice, you don't need to brunoise, just cut them in 4 pieces.
Okay.
Sometimes I even leave the peel on my shallots. I just cut them and I let them roast with the meat a little bit until they get almost translucent.
Yes.
And then I deglaze with some red wine. So here Jamie brought that because I'm making vinegar. And with all my leftover wine, I'm making vinegar right now. But
I've done that all my life. Where did you get your mother?
I'm making my mother.
That's great.
It's why I say I'm trying to make vinegar.
But because I have a great mother, if you're interested.
Oh yes, I'm always. And a little barrel to go with it, so I can leave it in.
That's it. No, because that's critical to get.
Yeah, exactly. So, so you deglaze the pan. So you do pan jus and you deglaze the pan with a good red wine. And it doesn't have to be an expensive red wine, but, a Beaujolais or something nice, something that you can drink, and then you reduce that by about half. And, at home, you're not going to have veal stock. You're just going to have you're not going to have veal stock. You're going to have just, you can use a little bit of butter, again, fresh butter to finish the salt, and thyme, and a little bit of thyme at the end, just fresh thyme, and a little bit more ground pepper, and that's it. It's your pan jus. I do that with everything. I do that with lamb. Lamb I'll deglaze with a little bit of wine. And it's a pan jus. It's what it's called a pan jus, because you can do that at home. And you don't have to have the veal stock and all that. If you have veal stock, then to that red wine, then you add the veal stock.
Okay. But now, Roland, give one more advice to our friends, because I'm a big fan of making a wine sauce reduction, which always, from my grandmother to mother, lasts for a few days as you reduce and reduce. Can you just explain that one, only the wine sauce?
Okay, so if you do, like, let's say we're doing a Bordelais or again, red wine. So for me, I start with shallots.
Yeah.
Cracked black pepper. I like to crack it with a pan. So you take the whole pepper, you go on a wooden surface, and you crack it with the bottom of the pan. And then after that, you saute your shallots with a little bit of, duck fat or butter or olive oil, and then you deglaze with red wine. So when I say deglaze, you're not taking a cup. you're going to take a bottle. You know, you're talking about enough sauce, you know, and if I was doing short rib, for example, or big bourguignon, you know, I would have my meat was already sauté, I will deglaze, and then you reduce that by at least half. And then you add what we call glace de veau or demi-glace de veau with veal stock with reduced quite a bit. And I'll show you some, matter of fact. Right there.
We know Roland has everything under his fingertips, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see his sexy legs, by the way? And I know he shaved for all of us today, so we can see his beautiful athletic calf. Because
Look at
he's
it.
a biker as well.
So this is a great product because it's a product with it's made here in America by some Swiss people. It's exactly the way I do my veal stock.
Yeah.
So
That's the veau.
it's perfect. You know, you should have some at L'Atelier to sell like this. It's not cheap.
We do.
But it's a glace de veau and it's done exactly the way I do my veal stock. To make a veal stock, it takes a couple of days. So, you know, you roast your veal bones, you do a nice mirepoix, you know, you bring your bones to a boil, you roast your mirepoix, you add tomato paste, you add all your bouquet garni and all that, but you cook it for almost 2 days. So you strain and then you reduce again. So to get to that result, it can take a couple of days. So for home, except if you really want to have a big pot on your stove for 12 to 14 hours and then reduce it another 12 hours the next day, you know, it takes a lot of gas and a lot of heat in your house.
But
so you know, it's a great product to buy at L'Atelier, Jean-Charles' place, you know, definitely.
Roland, this was so much fun. I cannot believe.
And I'm going to have a little bit of scrambled eggs with truffles.
Yeah, you got to try it and tell us how you feel. I'm having as well a glass of passion, Roland, but tell us how you feel. Tell us what it makes you dream when you have that on your tongue.
You know, when I have that on my tongue, I dream, then I'm in paradise, surrounded by happiness and beautiful women.
Well, that you have.
With that, you know, I mean, I think no, it's sing in your tongue. You know, the caviar, it's eggs on eggs. And you know, really, to be honest, what I should have done 2 batch. One with the truffle,
Yes,
and one just plain like this with some chives, and then put the caviar on it. I think the truffle and the caviar, you know, they go, but you know, just the caviar and scrambled egg with chives. Oh.
Hey, Roland, we have a great question.
Le petit Jésus en culotte de velours.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Roland, 2 quick questions before we let everybody have dinner. One, what is your favorite spice? And number 2, what is your favorite mid-week dinner or dish?
You know, I mean, favorite, favorite spice. It's, you know, I mean, because I'm going to say salt and pepper, because, you know, I think it's the basic, and then you can add things, you know. So if I have to have a spice, I love piment d'Espelette. I love the piment d'Espelette.
From the southwest of France.
Develop as my flavor. I mean, there's definitely something then, you know, as French, we're not used to spice. Gérald Irigoyen brought the piment d'Espelette here in America, and I tell you, I love that spice, and I put it in a lot of dishes.
Gérald is another great friend of ours who has a great restaurant in San Francisco, right?
Yes, exactly. He's a great guy. I really love Gérald. So, you know, piment d'Espelette, and for my midweeks, my midweek favorite dish, a good steak, you know, with roast potatoes and a nice salad, or Mary's chickens, you know, a good organic chickens, roasted again, with again some potatoes or root vegetables and a salad. I love salad. I told Jamie we need to grow salad in our gardens here so we can have salad every day. I love a nice clean salad, a bib lettuce or a little gem or something like this. You know, I mean, I feel like, you know, eating a salad is always good. Yesterday, when I came home, you know, I made a salad with, it's not the tomato seasons, but Jamie had bought some tomatoes who look nice. So I did kind of salad niçoise with some soft-boiled eggs and, you know, radishes and tuna. And we didn't have fresh tuna, so we just used the canned tuna. But, you know, it was delicious. You know?
That's fantastic.
You know, and I think it's what people need to cook. They need to cook and have fun. They need to cook in a moment and enjoy what they're going to cook. Don't just follow the recipe. Sometimes just be free, be yourself, you know, add little things that you want, you know, or you love curry, you know, maybe you add curry to a dish and you know, it doesn't call for curry, but you say, I think curry would go well with that, you know, so why not, you know? And, you know, there's so many ways to do chicken, you know, so, you know, you can do a coq au vin, but you can do a chicken with olive, you can do a chicken with curry, you can do a chicken with lemon and thyme, you can do a barbecue chicken. You know, I think it's what is fun about cooking, you know, I mean, you can create so many different ways of enjoying your family, your friends, and, you know, just have fun.
Well, this is very exciting, Roland. Thank you so much. You know,
thank you, Jean-Charles. I cannot wait to see you and Gina and the family and your girls. And hopefully we'll get together soon. And before we leave,
tell our friends a little story. Yeah, but before we go,
la 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 la.
Thank you so much, Roland. And from Gina to everyone, we thank you so much. We've enjoyed number 13 from Burgundy, the Clos de Vougeot Blanc, and obviously for your passion, your life, and your unbelievable creativity and your enthusiasm. You were a great inspiration. We love you. And I'm coming.
I love you too, Jean-Charles. And gros bisous à Gina.
Merry kisses.
À bientôt.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.